Do you follow football at all, like college football? Did you hear about Deion Sanders being a coach at a HBCU?
Yes, I did.
What was your thoughts on that? Because he's bringing light to HBCU schools and sports, especially football.
Absolutely. I think it was necessary, very strategic on his part, because I think sometimes there's always been this comparison of, well, you're not as good, so you didn't get to a D1 school. And him bringing the best talent and best coaching to a HBCUs who are sometimes under-resourced. It's not that they can't produce quality players, it's that they're under-resources like the D1 schools. And so the deficit is usually with the staff or with their resources, not with the actual players. So when you have someone like him who's bringing attention, who's bringing their resources, who's bringing their teams, who's bringing their top tier son to that environment and seeing we can perform at any level with this type of resource and staffing, then it's necessary for, I think sometimes the players, right? Because you have the players who are fearful of going, they may be the best person in their whole entire region. They may be fearful to go to a HBCU because they feel like they may not get the recognition that you would get if you were at a D1.
That's pretty much why most kids don't go to HBCUs, because they love it, but they rather go to a PWI because they have better resources, better equipment, better training.
Videos, everything.
Just everything's just, like you
the
said,
connections with the people that they need to know to get to the NFL.
Boosters, now these college players can get paid now. Who do you think it's going to be? It's going to be those PWIs that's paying them the most money.
Yeah. And so for him to do that, I feel like it set a trend that was necessary, needed, for them to, because you know, I've seen a lot of people who go to PWIs, a lot of athletes, and they struggle in the setting with the only thing that they can connect to people to is around their identity as an athlete.
Yeah, and then that's all they look at you as an athlete. Like,
and if you're not performing, then you're no good. You're no longer accepted. You're no longer you're no longer the thing that they need or want to support or inspire or create or grow from. Like, so having the experience where regardless if you're the best athlete or not, and there's other people to support you just because you're black, just because they have the same experience as you, is a different level of experience.
Yeah, the crazy thing I learned as I got older was when you're an athlete, these people don't look at you as black. They look at you as an athlete. So when they talking or certain things are going on that you're going through personally, you have no one to talk to, it could be hard for those kids going through all that.
Yeah.
That's what's crazy about that.
It's definitely difficult. So those environments kind of cultivate, you know, I really love everything he's doing, the people that he brings to speak to the kids, the opportunities that he create for his players. He's doing the D1 access and resource stuff with just HBCU resources and his platform that he has himself, which is, I mean, I think it's only the beginning for that.
Exactly. All they got to do now is get more HBCUs on that type of level, and now those PWI schools are going to be running for.
They are.
Yeah.
And if you get the players there, right, and you're performing at that level, the money can come there.
Exactly.
You know, I think this year it was some of the highest ratings of top athletes going to HBCUs. And he started that movement. Like, yeah, people understood and people may have talked about it, but without Deion, I don't think there would have been a push for them to be intentional about that decision.
I mean, for years, these schools been using these kids, putting their body on the line and not getting paid. Sometimes you go to the NFL, sometimes you get injured, now you can't go. So I think these college players deserve to get paid, and
yes,
I think
absolutely.
the HBCUs deserve to shine a light on them again, pretty much.
I'm totally in agreement with that. I mean, HBCUs have our school in Winston-Salem used to be known for their nursing program. We had one of the top nursing programs in the U.S. World News, and one of the biggest struggles when you got to the nursing program is you had to apply for the advance. Like the last 2 years, you had to apply to get into the program. And when you went to apply to get into the program, there was competition to other students in the county, mostly white students, who may have transitioned from the community college to the last 2-year program at the Winston-Salem State. So you go to graduation and you would see like 100 white kids, and you'd be like, where they come from? And everyone's like, oh, they're part of the nursing program, right? And for them, is, you know, for the students, it kept a lot of black students who were, matriculating through Winston-Salem State out of the program because they were in competition with these other students, right? And so for them, it was like, oh, but Winston has the best program. But you don't come here for all 4 years. You don't come to really experience the environment. You come for the convenience for you, right? The nursing program is stellar. You come out of the convenience of what's best for you. And so, you think about stuff like that. You want to offer public access or access to the community, but it's sometimes at the rate of the expense of people not getting in, black students not getting in because they had to compete with the other students.
That's crazy.